On today's episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast, we're going to be talking about the MLB trade deadline, the Astros no-hitter, NFL startup. We're going to talk about Shohei's 2-game performance. We're going to talk about some legends, and then end it off with some Hall of Fame. Yay or nay? Roll it. Is Shohei Ohtani the best baseball player of all time? I'm Isaiah.
Messi goes to Inter Miami. I'm Hunter.
And Jokic wins Finals MVP.
Are the A's really that bad?
Tom Brady retires. And I'm Micah.
It's time for Hall of Fame. Yay or nay? And you're watching the HatTrick Sports Podcast. All right, guys. You ready for the 10th episode?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. What do you guys want to talk about first?
The deadline. Let's talk about the deadline.
All right. So we are filming this on August 2nd, and the trade deadline was at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, August 1st. All right. So I have some stuff on here. What do you think was the most surprising thing that happened in the trade deadline? Or the biggest thing, I should say.
The biggest? I mean, I'm an Astros fan, so I might be biased, but I think JV going back to Houston's one of the biggest things, if not the biggest.
Hunter?
I agree. There wasn't that much this trade deadline. I was hoping for a little more.
All right. So, Micah, we were just talking before we filmed this podcast. You were saying that you don't like that JV went back because of how bad he's doing this season.
I think he has like a 4 ERA or something, which, I mean, isn't too bad, but if we can get him down to like 3 by the end of the season, I feel like it might be worth it because we give up a number 1 prospect and a number 4 prospect for a
40-year-old.
Yeah, an old guy. So
the Marlins acquired Josh Bell. I mean, I think he's kind of washed up.
yeah, he is.
He's kind of old.
He's been pretty decent, but
The Blue Jays acquired Paul DeJong.
Yeah.
DeJong. What are your thoughts on that?
I think there's a bunch of just like mid trades that they did just to get someone.
yeah.
The White Sox were not trading Dylan Cease. What are you guys' thoughts on not trading of?
I mean, I understand it because like you kind of have to have a starter that's decent. Dylan Cease has been pretty good, I think, right?
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the guys that just get stuck on their team. Like Dylan Cease on the White Sox, when Brandon Cooks was stuck in the Texans. Just when people have to stay in an organization that's awful, I just feel bad for them.
Same thing with Arenado. The Dodgers were really pushing to get Arenado, and the Cardinals were just said, like, nope, we're just taking him off.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on that?
Well, I think the
Same
Cardinals are the better team than the White Sox. They're just not playing like it this season.
So
Yeah.
what I thought the Dodgers were going to do was kind of have like kind of full, like a 3/4 reset, and basically just get like Jack Flaherty and Arenado and have to give up like Muncy and all of our rookies pretty much and some pitching. But then they took them off, so we didn't go for any of them. The D-backs got Tommy Pham.
Washed.
Okay, so the Padres acquired Rich Hill. Is that another team for Rich Hill?
That is another team. The Immaculate Grid Savior is back again. Let's go.
There's some guy on the Immaculate Grid that I use. I forget his name, but he played for like all 30 teams. Or
I
something
use
like
Rich
that.
Hill almost every day.
So Padres got Rich Hill, and G-Man Choi, in that same trade.
Yeah.
If you guys remember the 2020 season, G-Man was a pretty big guy for the Rays.
Now he's not
Big and good.
because he's not on the Rays.
This one made me hungry, but Marlins acquired Jake Berger.
I actually think that's a good trade. I think Jake's one of the most underrated players in the league right now.
So, Kike, back with the Dodgers, obviously. Joe Kelly back with the Dodgers. Lance Lynn had his first, appearance for the Dodgers last night against the A's, and won 7-3. 7-3. I think he gave up like 3 solo home runs or something.
What was it, like 3 to Estuary Ruiz or something like that?
It was
Brent Rooker.
Yeah.
But he looked good. Who else got traded? Oh, yeah. So Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer were teammates with the Mets, and everybody thought that they were just going to keep buying and try to like build the team up. And now the rivals in the same division.
Yes.
Scherzer went to the Rangers, and Justin Verlander went back to the Astros. So from teammates to rivals in a matter of hours.
Yeah.
I like it. I feel like Rangers getting a few pitchers, but I don't know. I feel like they're still going to be better than them. And one of my favorite things that happened was the Dodgers were going to trade for Eovaldi, and Eovaldi said he did not want to get traded.
Which isn't a huge thing.
I love that.
Man, the Dodgers are getting literally like every Red Sox player. Didn't you guys get Eduardo Rodriguez?
They had him. Didn't you guys start with him?
I don't
He
know.
played for the Dodgers, I know.
But yeah. So there was more trades that happened. I just can't remember exactly who.
Oh, there's one guy on the Nationals, Jamer Candelario.
Oh, he went back to the Cubs.
I think he'll be good.
I don't know. I feel like sounding like a Tommy Pham. He might be good for like a week or something. Then he's kind of washed though.
Dude, he's like a Brent Rooker, if not better. Yeah.
No.
Dude, look at his stats. He's doing really good, actually.
I wonder if like it just doesn't go out to the public, but I wonder how often like a trade tries to go through, but it's like 1 minute. It's at like 6:01 p.m. Eastern time. I just wonder like if it's a minute or 5 minutes, 10 minutes late, and they just never tell the public, but it was a done deal pretty much.
Yeah.
Probably a few.
Because Justin Verlander,
That was last minute.
well, yeah, that was last minute, but what year was it? 2017. It was August 31st. It must have been, and he got traded to the Astros, and you guys are listening to me, but you have no idea what's wrong with that. That's what I just said.
Who?
He didn't get traded, did he? He signed free agent.
No, he got traded, but in August 31st, which is like a month past the trade deadline off of waivers, then he ended up cheating to win that World Series.
Pitchers didn't cheat. That's almost it.
So pitchers didn't hit in 2017?
They did, but it's not like they got a bunch of hits.
Sticky stuff.
All right, so he didn't.
There's no proof of sticky stuff, is there?
He didn't get
Exactly, there's no proof.
He got more
There's no proof
wins
of
though.
sticky stuff.
He got more wins because his team was doing better.
No one's looking at wins; they're looking at ERA.
All right,
Which
and
was
because
still
of
amazing.
motivation, you don't think? Because
Cole, Keuchel, Verlander all had amazing ERAs.
yeah, because they had motivation because their offense was doing amazing. You don't think that plays into effect?
No, I don't.
You don't? All right.
No.
And I think that's the same thing with so when did the Astros start being good? Honestly.
Like, they were pretty good 2016.
No.
Then.
No. No.
So you're saying they were trash, went straight to winning a World Series?
I think that they went average. Nobody really knew about them, and then they got to 2017. They were good, and just because of that momentum, the team's
We've been
built
good
up the
ever
last
since
5 years.
2019, cheating or not.
No, but because they had the motivation.
Okay, so when we stop cheating, we still have that motivation?
Yes,
How?
because you guys won a World Series.
Right, so we're going to keep... The Dodgers won in 2020. Do they still have the momentum? I don't see them winning. I don't
I
see them
do.
winning World Series.
I do.
Well, they haven't won it since 2020.
That's only 3 years ago.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on Blake Snell? He didn't get traded. The Padres kept him.
I
think the
understand
Padres
that.
I think the Padres are stupid, but not trading Soto or Snell, or maybe even Tatis, or
Well,
Joe Musgrove.
I mean, yeah, aren't like half of them free agents. Tatis, I understand. He's a
Yeah, I
big
get
deal,
it, but-
but like,
Got to trade someone. Got to rebuild.
especially when they're not doing that great.
And they trade for the people instead of trading away people. They bought instead of sold.
How dumb do you think it is that the Angels didn't trade away Shohei Ohtani?
I think it is one of the dumbest moves they've made of all time.
Hunter?
I think that's very bold. I mean, I could see them making the playoffs.
If they don't make the playoffs, it might go down, and they don't re-sign him, it might go down as one of the worst options of Angels history.
Yeah, I agree, but I think they might make the playoffs. But
I mean, there's a lot of good contending
Who else did they
teams.
sign? They signed somebody.
They
Lucas
signed
Giolito.
Oh, Giolito, that's right.
Taylor Ward, CJ
Yeah,
Cron.
so they're
No, not
really trying to
Ward.
make a
CJ
push.
Cron, yeah.
CJ Crone,
And they DFA'd Jared Walsh.
Randall Grichuk, however you say it.
They got a lot of guys, which I feel like they're still not going to make the playoffs.
All right, you guys want to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so again, we are filming this on the 2nd, on Wednesday, August 2nd. On Tuesday, August 1st, hours after Dasha signed Justin Verlander, Framber Valdez threw a no-hitter. Micah is a big Astros fan, and he didn't really seem to care, like, at all.
I mean, we won 2-0. The offense wasn't good. I mean, good job from it, but it was good pitching, but our hitting still needs to get better. And we're not going to win a lot of games with 2 runs. We're just lucky that our pitching was good.
So, do you know how many no-hitters the Astros have had?
Well, I'm assuming a few with Nolan Ryan, like 5, something like that.
16.
Yeah, 16, something like that. I don't know.
Do you know how many... Guess when the last complete no-hitter was, so like one pitcher.
For anybody?
No, for the Astros.
Probably no, I don't know, like 2008, something like that.
No.
2019, Justin Verlander was their last no-hitter.
Got him.
Oh.
Hunter coming in with that. Nice job.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Verlander on September 1st, 2019. But, you know what was... there are a few things cool with this no-hitter is... Micah, do you know how many pitches it was?
93.
It was 93.
It was a low amount, which I'll take.
Do you know what that's called? A no-hitter without... with under 100 pitches?
What?
A Maddox no-hitter. I thought you knew that.
No.
But, yeah, so... That was kind of cool. Do you know what gave up the perfect game?
A walk.
Probably like a walk. I mean, it had to have been a walk.
One walk.
One walk. Do you know when that one walk was?
Probably like
Like
the
the
last
8th?
inning.
The first batter got walked, and then the second batter got rolled into a double play. So everybody went 0 for 3 on that team. They went through 27 batters, but what gave away the perfect game was a leadoff walk.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, so 93 pitches. That's the fewest since 1999 with 88 pitches. Framber Valdez started the 9th inning with like 84 pitches. So,
I mean, it's not like you're going to go an inning pitching 4 pitches.
no,
It's
but
possible.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I've seen an inning where someone gets hit by a pitch and the pitcher still throws a 4-pitch inning.
yeah. Guess how many walks he had?
Like, well, 1.
I just told you one. Guess how many strikeouts he had?
6 or 7.
Nah, I'd say like 11.
7.
Wow.
So,
He's a ground ball kind of guy.
Mike, I don't remember. I was talking to you last week about a stat for the Astros that I wouldn't tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
It's actually not that funny, but
It's probably like a Dodger joke or something.
guess what the Astros records when they score less than their opponents are?
Oh, and I don't know how many losses they have. You can't win having less than your opponent.
Micah, guess the Astros record when they score less than their opponents.
Well, let's see. So they've been playing for how many years? Like 30?
Like, I don't know, so like, let's go since 60. So it's like 60 years we'll go, like, 60 losses a season. So, like, I don't know.
60 losses a season? You're getting 100 wins every season for
No,
60 years?
I don't know.
Holy cow.
4,000 losses.
I don't know, like 3,000? I don't know.
4,870.
Okay.
So, just so you know. Also, another stat I wanted to bring up.
Wait, what was the point of that last one?
There was no point.
Okay.
So, the A's are, I think, still the worst team in the league. The Royals aren't far behind.
3
No.
games.
So, anyway. So, 29 out of 30, I told Micah this one. 29 out of 30 MLB teams have been called for a balk this season. The only team that has not committed a balk is
The A's.
the A's.
That's
A's.
kind of crazy.
So that means that the A's do have a lead in a league statistical category.
And losses. That's another one. They lead in losses.
And losses. But yeah, so they do. Was that it for the no-hitter? Is that all you wanted to talk about?
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys want to talk about the MLB or the NFL? Sorry, the NFL is starting back up.
Finally.
I haven't paid attention to training camp, I guess, too much. I know that there's starting games this week. Tomorrow?
Yeah, well, they're having one game tomorrow, and then next week starts the games.
Yeah. So
Browns Jets.
Browns just is in the Hall of Fame game.
Yep.
Zach Wilson against the Browns 4th string.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, people have been saying that Aaron Rodgers is teaching Zach Wilson a lot, so we'll see how much it pays off And go Jets, because I don't like the Browns.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Hunter's the Browns fan. Mike is the Steelers fan.
Yes.
So
I think the Browns will probably win,
You
even
do?
with a fourth string quarterback.
Because it's going to be a bunch of backups and
Yeah.
rookies, and the Jets have the better rookies, and they're putting Zach Wilson.
Hunter, you were saying that you were looking up the ticket prices for that game.
Well, the thing is, it's the day before. I can't pronounce anything today. So the lowest price right now on August 2nd at like 11, 12 o'clock is $2,084 or something crazy.
If you
like
paid $2,000 to see Zach Wilson against a bunch
preseason
of
game.
backups,
that. Yeah.
you are insane.
I'm sure they're cheaper than that, but it's just the day before.
So there's been some team controversy.
Play the
I know.
controversy.
Did the Jets have one? And I know the Chiefs had one.
The Jets had 2 fights. Travis Kelce had 2 fights. But what's best about all of this is Eli Apple and Tyreek Hill are now on the same team. And they absolutely hate each other. So I can't wait to see them fight each other.
Hated.
No, they still hate each other.
They're on the same team.
Well,
They still hate each other.
Tyreek Hill and Jalen,
Ramsey.
yeah, Ramsey used to like have beef. So
What's the not the Marlins, the Dolphins coach name?
Mike McDaniel.
McDaniel. Did you see? He was like in a press conference and he was like, "What are your thoughts on Apple?" And he was like, "The fruit." It's like, I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, Travis Kelce came out and apologized for fighting.
I mean, he kind of had to.
Yeah,
He got in
but
2 fights, but I don't really think he should have.
and then I saw the Jets coach made him do sprints after a fight, and they looked like they were just jogging. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they probably would.
But yeah, I don't know. Getting used to your new teammates.
Yeah.
It's kinda
Competing
like-
for a job that
Yeah.
pays a lot of money.
man, Travis Kelce's punch, he just like
I didn't even see the fight. I heard about it and read about it, but
He's going to the MMA.
nah. It was only like
Travis
one
Kelce.
punch. The guy like barely shoved him.
Yeah,
and
the guy was like trying to strip the ball out of his hand after he got a touchdown, and Travis punched him right in the face.
Yep.
Damar Hamlin hit
Interception.
Yeah, he got a pick.
pick 6. That was kind of cool. So yeah, fantasy football's coming up too.
Fantasy.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. So
Cannot wait.
that's something to look forward to.
Also, guys, tip: do not draft CMC.
Why not?
He will get injured by week 5.
Okay.
He has not done
Oh.
that one season.
We got a comment, and I told him that we would. He wanted us to talk about
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan
requesting a
Taylor.
trade.
Oh,
trade.
Yeah.
So I think his name was Matt or Ryan. I think it was wanted us to talk about Jonathan Taylor and requesting a trade, and the Colts saying no, and him wanting an extension. So, yeah.
I thought this was amazing. Jim Irsay brings him into a bus, and then when he comes out, he wants a trade. And then Jim Irsay's like, no one cares about you, no one cares about me. If we weren't here, nobody would care. It is the absolute amazing thing that he said. I think it's stupid, and they should probably trade him because they're rebuilding. And a lot of teams want him, and they'll pay a lot and actually pay him.
So we know a Colts fan. What do you think his reaction was?
Are you talking about our dad?
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was his reaction? I
I
forget.
think
We were talking about it.
He was more mad at Irsay than he was at Taylor because Irsay is being extremely mean and everything to Jonathan Taylor for no reason, really.
Yeah, I think we were walking back from an Orlando City game, and that like popped up. So, is that all you guys want to talk about NFL startup?
That's all
Yeah.
I got.
All right. So we are in. I always say so.
So
We are in 2023, and in exactly a year ago today, a legend, Vince Scully, died. And July 30th is when Bill Russell died a year ago. So I thought we should talk about them.
all right.
So I'm the Dodger fan. So Vince Scully is like an idol.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
It's time for Dodger baseball. And so he was an announcer for the Dodgers for 67 years.
Mm-hmm.
He announced for Jackie Robinson and Babe. I don't know about Babe Ruth, but like Barry Bonds and all of them. Announced all of them. Kershaw. I mean, all these Dodgers legends. He announced all.
Hershiser.
Exactly. Like every Dodger for the last 67 years, he's announced. And what was I gonna say? I always forget what I'm gonna say.
It's amazing.
Oh, he's announced every Dodgers World Series except for 2020, which I always thought I was saying this in 2020. I thought they should bring him back just for a game, but I think at that time his wife died or whatever. But he ended up dying a year ago. So in his last game, I will never forget this. It was 2016. It was a playoff game or it wasn't a playoff game. It was the last game of the season against the Giants. The Dodgers were tied in the ninth inning. Charlie Culberson comes up. I'm pretty sure there was a guy on base. It may have been a solo home run, or there may have been nobody on base. But Vince Scully's last game. Everybody knows it's his last game. If the Dodgers win, they make it to the playoffs. If the Giants win, they make it to the playoffs. Charlie Culberson comes up. He doesn't have a home run this season. He's the last batter pretty much. Because it was a walk-off. So he hits a home run, and it sends the Dodgers to the World Series. Was it in 2016? No, 2017. What? No, but
It was into the playoffs, not the World Series.
Yeah.
Send him into the playoffs.
And then I thought for some reason the Astros defeated them in the World Series, but
That's 2017.
I know,
That's
but I thought his last
2017.
game was in 2016. But anyway, I don't know. Charlie Culberson's first home run was to send the Dodgers to the playoffs in the last game, and Vince Scully's last game ever called. So
It's funny because Culberson is an absolutely nobody now.
and even then,
I've never heard of the guy.
Charlie
You haven't
Culberson.
heard of Charlie Culberson?
No.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Well, I've just recently started watching baseball 3 years.
oh, really?
Yeah, it's only that like since 2021.
I was gonna ask you because we didn't really know you at that time. Do you have any like stories on Vince Scully? No.
Probably never watched the Dodgers.
Yeah, well, that's why I was asking. I wasn't sure. But yeah, he had like great stories to tell. And again, you got to meet, from the span of Jackie Robinson to Clayton Kershaw, literally two Dodger legends. And then in that span. But yeah, and then Bill Russell, I don't really have a close connection to, but he died a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys want to talk about him or not really?
Celtic legend.
Celtic
Yeah.
Hunter's a Celtics fan.
Do you think he's the best Celtic of all time? Or does that go to Larry?
Larry. Oh.
That's a good question, actually.
I don't think it is. I feel like it's obvious.
Who do you think, Micah?
I think it's Larry.
You think it's
Yeah.
like Bill
I
Russell?
feel like it's obvious.
Bill
I feel
Russell.
like it's Larry too, but Bill Russell's up there for sure.
Again, people giving Bill Russell a ton of praise just now because he died.
No, but he was like that before he died.
Well, it's
Not that high.
He was considered top 10 of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And so is Larry. They both are. They both were
Bill
5 years
wasn't
ago.
before he died, but
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
100%. He-
yeah.
Them both. So Bill Russell's probably the best black guy from the Celtics, and Larry Bird's probably the best white guy.
Well, Larry Bird's probably the best white guy of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well-
yeah.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Was Kareem white? What?
No.
All right. So you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. So let's go to Shohei Ohtani. So again, we're filming this on the 2nd, about a week ago. Shohei Ohtani played a doubleheader, and in the first game, he did kind of what Fromber did. It was a one-hit, 9-inning, a one-hitter. He pitched 9 full innings, 3 walks, 8 Ks, and then in game 2, they had him bat, so just DH. He went 2 for 3 with 2 home runs, 3 RBIs and 2 runs, and got taken out after that from hip soreness. He's back in.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, what a performance!
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. I don't think anybody ever has ever done that.
I
No.
think that is the greatest performance in a day of baseball. Period.
Imagine a perfect game with 4 home runs. How crazy that would be. Like him playing a full game and like not
Well, I
giving
mean,
up
that's not
any-
close to what he did.
No, it's not. But just imagine he did that.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Two
So-
hardest things to do for hitting. Well, not really, but Definitely hard things to do.
Does
for
play
sure.
for game that hits for the cycle.
Oh, that would be crazy.
He was player of the game both times. Obviously for pitching in game 1 and obviously for hitting for game 2, and he got taken out halfway through the game.
Well, if you have hip soreness and you just pitched 9 innings and you batted
Well, it's like
3
who's
times.
that Blue Jays guy who's like, I eat bananas.
What?
Bananas don't eat crumps.
Yeah.
He was like foreign, Japanese, and
I know what you're talking about.
I have
He did-
no clue what you're talking about.
A reporter asked him like, "What do you eat?" And he was like, "Bananas." And well, obviously with the
Monkeys
Japanese,
don't get cramps. They
He's-
eat banana. I eat banana.
I eat banana, no cramps. It was just hilarious. This
Sounds
was
like a Jokic saying. I don't know what.
a few years ago, but yeah,
I've never.
it's probably the best interview of all time.
I'll have to look that up.
But yeah. So again, this is another reason why I think that Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player of all time. I don't know about Hunter, but I know Micah doesn't think so. Do you still think Barry Bonds?
Yes.
I think Barry Bonds right now. In 5 years, I think it'll be Shohei, but Barry Bonds for right now. For
And
sure.
this is what I'm scared of. So the Dodgers are probably. I truly think, and I'm not saying say this before. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Dodger fan, but I truly think that they're going to sign him over the offseason. But what I'm really scared of is him getting hurt from doing both. I mean, how are you going to pitch 100 miles an hour and then hit 2 home runs in another game after throwing 110 pitches or whatever in the same
lucky
day?
for him, there's not going to be a lot of double headers.
No, but okay, one game apart from each other or the same game. He DHs for himself.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that in a 3-hour span? Throw 100 miles an hour for 110 pitches and hit 2 home runs.
I mean, he's done it for 2 years and he's yet to get severely injured.
Well, the thing is, before Shohei's 2021 season where he won MVP, like he wasn't playing every day, and the Angels in 2021 decided that they wanted to make him play every day, and look where that's gone right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the greatest player in baseball right now.
Right now, who do you think is all time?
Bonds.
Yeah, I agree. I think Bonds is up, definitely there. I think Shohei top 10.
Top 10. Okay, so no doubt, I think you're lying to yourself. With steroids, I think Barry Bonds is the greatest hitter of all time.
Hitter, yes.
The greatest hitter. I mean, 74 home runs in a season.
The thing that really makes me push Bonds over Shohei is that a bunch of guys use steroids in that era, but Bonds was always better than everybody else.
But he was on steroids.
And he was better
Aaron
than
Judge-
everybody else
so-
on steroids.
So, okay, think about this. Do you think that... So, Aaron Judge had 62 home runs last season. Shohei is actually, like, on pace for that. But,
He'll slow down.
yeah, he's getting intentionally walked a lot. But, Aaron Judge, do you think he would only hit 10 more home runs if he was on steroids? Think about that big guy. Do you think he would only hit 10 more home runs if he was on steroids? Or do you think he would hit 20, 30 more?
No.
I think he's hit about, 5 to 10 more.
5 to 10 more because of steroids. So, what's the point? Why would people take steroids then?
To make them better.
Yeah.
So,
to
make him
him
5
better.
home runs, 10 home runs better?
Yeah. It's the
I
difference
mean-
between the record and 62.
So you're saying that if Barry Bonds wasn't on steroids, he would only get 65 to 70 home runs?
Well, only.
I'm saying he might hit like 60.
All right, so
60,
now you're saying
65.
15. So
No, because the
okay.
steroid usage was different then versus now.
I know there's no steroids now. They have testing and stuff done. So you're saying for Barry Bonds, he's gonna hit 50.
People wouldn't be able to get away with as much as they were able to get
Can
away.
I talk?
Yeah. Go.
So Barry Bonds, you said he would hit 15 less if he didn't take steroids, but you're saying for Judge,
No, I said 60 to 65. That's like 7 to 10.
that's like 9 to 14.
He hit 72.
I thought it was 74.
No, he hit
That's 72.
72.
All right. Anyway,
So 7 to 10.
so 7 to 10, and then you only think it's gonna be like 5 to 10.
That's basically the same thing.
Okay. I disagree, but
All right.
it's opinion based. So, you guys done talking about all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys want to move on to Hall of Fame? Yay or nay? Why isn't it working?
I'm not sure.
I think it's C.
Why isn't it working?
Click it.
Mm.
I did.
Oh. Click all of them.
I mean,
Oh. is it-
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah. All right. All right. So, Hall
Ends
of
the
Fame.
recording.
Oh, please don't end the recording. All right. So, for Hall of Fame, yay or nay, I chose this one, and I think it's interesting because I don't know if you guys know, but who chooses who goes in the Hall of Fame is voting from sports writers, baseball writers.
Yeah.
So, that being said, Jose Altuve, if you just look at his numbers, no cheating, nothing else, I think all of us can agree that he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
All right. So, but put in the minds of the sports writers who had to write all this stuff about the Astros cheating and stuff. Do you think that Jose Altuve is going to be in the Hall of Fame? I have all the stats lined up here. He led the league in, what even is that? Caught stealing 3 times, hits 4 times, batting average 3 times.
Wait, when was the last time he held a record?
2017 was batting average.
Okay, so
And he only played, and for hits, and he played 153 games.
so he led pretty much everything except for the 2 things before the cheating. Am I correct? Am I correct? In 2016 and
No,
before?
2017 he cheated.
Yeah, I know. Besides those 2,
He was worse. Yes.
no, above that, before the cheating, above that, he was way better.
No. He was at his highest in 2017.
Right, but he was still good in 2016
Well,
through
yeah,
2011 or whatever.
Yeah, he was good, but not as good as he was in 2017.
Not as good as he was when he was cheating. So, Mike is the Astros fan. I think I already know what you're going to say.
Obvious, yes.
He thinks it's an obvious yes.
I do.
Hunter?
I feel like like Isaiah was saying, it's the sports writers who have it. If it was just like the Players Association, I think it's an obvious yes.
Do you? Wait.
In my opinion, though, it's a yes.
All right. So you were saying if the MLBPA had to choose, you think that they would put a cheater who cheated them out of wins and World Series wins and MVP wins would vote him into the Hall of Fame?
Jose is going to try so hard to try and get us to say no, but we're
I
not.
don't care. I mean,
it's our opinions.
yeah,
we'll both say
you're right.
yes.
But I think, okay.
For all we know, he only cheated 1 season.
No.
Yeah, for all we know.
We know 2017, 2018, and 2019.
Yeah.
It came out in 2019. Yeah. So at least 3 seasons, maybe 2016.
Right, but he never led anything after that 2017 season. So we got worse as the cheating kept going.
No, just so those are records. So before
He's just
then-
getting old.
Yeah. So I think that he will have some votes from sports writers. If we're as a group, I don't think he will get 100%. I think he will get closer to 30-ish%, 20 to 30%. And I forget what the threshold is for being in the Hall of Fame. But just to proportion it out, and because he's a cheater, and I'm a Dodgers fan, and I think that the Dodgers should have won the World Series in 2000.
Yeah, that's a Dodger fan talking. I think if he was
All right.
any other fan, I feel like he would say yes.
Yankees.
Yes, they would say yes.
I have a friend that I can pull up right now that will say no. Anyway, I think it's an A. So, Micah.
Is Mookie Betts in the Hall of Fame?
Well,
he
he's not
cheated.
retired.
He cheated?
Yeah,
Oh,
2018. Yep. Nope. Mookie's not Hall of Fame.
Okay.
You gotta say no for Mookie.
Okay. I
If we
mean,
do
that's,
Mookie, you're not saying yes.
all right. So, Micah, Jose Altuve, Hall of Fame, yay or nay?
Yes.
Hunter, Hall of Fame, yay or nay? Jose Altuve.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go with nay. So, is that it?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for watching the 10th episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can watch all of our short-form content on those platforms, and you can listen to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, and YouTube for all of our visuals. So, thank you. Bye.